Hey everybody, it's Gabe Scherzer,
I'm Larry Flick.
and we are off for the next couple of weeks while we relax and get ready to ring in the new year. But just to keep your intellectual stomach full, we're gonna
Yeah.
kind of made
Go
myself
on.
gag there.
Go
Um,
on.
we are going to be releasing a series of short stories in a segment that we are going to call Story Time with Larry. Made that up just now. Could be changing, could not be changing.
Okay.
So, Larry, what we're going to do, because you've been in the business a while and have interviewed pretty much everyone under the sun, is I have a bowl here
Okay.
and there are names of people that I believe you've interviewed, and I'm going to pick one out. And then maybe you could just talk a little bit about your experience meeting them. And
Okay.
then
I'm ready.
I'll
And I
zhuzh
don't
it
know
up.
who these names are, by the way.
And then I'll zhuzh it up and make it all artsy and whatnot.
He'll make it pretty. He'll
I'll
make it
make it pretty.
pretty.
All right, here we go.
Okay, go.
Come on, big money. Okay, first name on the list. Oh, I can't see that. Is oh whatever. first name
Who
on
is
the
it?
first name on the list is Howard Stern.
Howard Stern. I've never interviewed Howard Stern, but I worked at SiriusXM for 18 years. And so I
Oh
was
wait,
there.
set the stage for us. The year was
The year was, what year did he come on? I started working at Sirius I started working at the radio station in 2003, before it was Sirius XM, back when it was competing companies. I think we had like under a million listeners, and I was doing morning radio on the LGBTQ station called OutQ. And so for a couple of years, we've been hearing rumors that Howard was going to come to the station, and then he finally did. And like I said, I never got to interview him, but we had a lot of fun together because obviously Howard enjoys gay people almost as much as he enjoys female porn stars. And so before he even got to Sirius Radio, he and his team were prank calling all the shows on the station. It was like, who's going to get the call today? And so when we got our call on my morning show, I was doing the show at the time with a woman. And he, of course, gravitated to her because she's a woman and a lesbian, but she wanted nothing to do with it. So I took over the call. And uh, they tried to outgross me, a fool's mission.
that's a tall task, my friend.
I can't even tell you what I said that literally made the it was Sal the stockbroker. I can't even tell you what I said to him that made him hang up after he went, "Oh my God, no!" And he hung up. But here's the great thing. They played as much of the call as they could on his K Rock, his local K Rock show. And Howard was like, "Who's that guy?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, he's like this really funny, big fat gay guy who's on the gay station." And he decided to come for me a few times, and eventually it got to the point where Gary Delabate, once they got to Sirius, Gary Delabate and I would have meetings about like fun things we could do that would cross promote my show onto his. And Howard was so exceptionally, exceedingly kind to me off mic, but he had a really fun time gassing me up on mic, and I loved it because I'm a Howard Stern freak. And the best memory I have of working with him was we had this weird smell in our building. We thought it was gas, and it started to freak people out. And so much so that our company gave people the option to leave the building. And I talked to the building manager on the air and said, "Is this gas?" And he goes, "No, it's not gas." I'm like, "Is this dangerous?" And he said, "I don't think so, but it's unpleasant and you have the right to leave if you want to leave." Howard ran off the air. He's like, "I'm not going to die. I just got here." And he goes, "But you know what? That gay guy down the hall, he's not leaving because he's stupid and he's funny. So I'm going to put him up on my air. Have a listen." And so I was on the Howard Stern station for 2 hours that day while I was on my own station, and took calls from his listeners calling him a pussy because he left like a scaredy cat. Well, from that day forward, every Friday, which was the day that Howard was off, his listeners would come to my show and gripe about Howard for the whole week. It was really, really funny. Howard was, and I had some great conversations with Howard off mic. He's a super sweet man. He's unbelievably shy. He is a germaphobe. Never shook hands with him. He offered to bump fists kind of tentatively, and I'm like, I get it. I actually said, "I get it, girl. Don't worry about it." And he just started laughing, and we waved and talked. And it was, Howard Stern's an awesome dude, and very, very good to me, and quadrupled my listener numbers in 1 2-hour shift.
Thank you, Howard.
Wow.
Well, that was incredible. Tune in next time for another amazing story from the life of Mr. Larry Flick. That was great.